Behind me, there is a photo of Albert Einstein and his good friend David Rothman. David Rothman was no scientist, he was a local shopkeeper. Well, the original is in black and white, but a guy named Paul Edwards colored it, and he did a pretty good job. The photo was taken in 1939 at Long Island, and Paul Edwards gave me permission to use this photo to tell you a little story. It goes like this. There is this reporter, and we let David Rothman be the reporter, and the reporter asked Albert Einstein whether he can explain the theory of relativity in 2 minutes. And this is Albert Einstein's reply. Well, yeah, he was quite a character. I cannot compare myself to Albert Einstein in any event, but I sympathize a little bit with him here because I have to tell you in less than 10 minutes what I did for the last 10 years. But I'll give it a try. Okay, first of all, very good afternoon, everybody. My name is Manfred Grotenhuis. I'm from Radboud University, Nijmegen, the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a very small country up in Northwest Europe. But hey, in 1624 we founded New York. But we called it New Amsterdam after our own capital. But we lost it to the British in 1664, and the British renamed the town and called it New York. And the rest is history. Well, the title of my project is Get Your Kicks from Statistics. And the title came to me when I was listening to some jukebox music, and this is what happened.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Okay, that was Nat King Cole with a famous song, Route 66. It was recorded in 1946, and it's just some very good music I really love, and I couldn't help to play it for you. Okay, well, let's get down to business. The topic for today is teaching statistics for social science students. Is that something like fitting square pegs into round holes? Well, I don't believe so, and I will show you what my opinion is and what we did to teach social science students statistics. Well, the expression about the square pegs and the round holes was an expression that was made by a first-year student in anthropology way back in 2004. And around that time, we used a very massive book with the intriguing title, Statistics. Well, here it is. It is a good book, and it covers statistics really well. It's clearly written, but it is rather technical. It has rather crowded pages, and it is in English, and that is an extra hurdle for our Dutch students. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure whether I understand why publishers create these covers that have nothing to do with the content itself. This is a band playing music and statistics. I don't know what music and statistics has to do with each other. Well, or maybe that's a bad example. Okay, well, we had rather poor results. About 40 to 50% passed our exams. And on top of that, there was this student in anthropology who said, okay, your way of explaining is quite all right. And maybe she might be able to reproduce something like chi squared during the exams, but she had no clue what it meant in her own field of research or how to apply it. And as a junior, that is something you definitely don't want to hear. So, what went wrong? Well, it is a bit with a benefit of hindsight, but I guess that we did everything to live up to their worst expectations. They expected something with the formulas and the calculations. Well, we did. They expected that it was going to be difficult. and very hard to understand, and it would have no connection to their own study. And on top of that, they expected theory on statistics with no practical tools attached to it. And sadly, that was almost true as well. After analyzing what was wrong, we reframed or restyled the courses in statistics. And what we did is that we took some classical present learning and blended it with some e-learning innovations. And to show you how it's been done, I will going to draw a picture. Well, the first thing we did is that we digitized all our courses in statistics using the Blackboard platform. You already heard about this facility. And as a consequence, all students had access to the course and its content 24 hours a day through the internet. Well, after digitizing the courses, we changed something fundamentally. What we did is that we started from that moment on with a research question. So we used a topic guide approach from then on. And one of the examples is the average calorie intake of Aboriginals. And I can assure you that if these freshmen come in my class for the very first time, and they will be very surprised to find a statistician, I am a statistician, to find me talking about the lifestyle of Aboriginals. But the thing is that you have their attention, right? Okay, after introducing a research question, we take a more classical thing, and we're going to explain that there are statistical analysis or statistical tools that can be used to answer that particular research question. And we do this during class. Okay, that's a classical part. But there is also a e-learning innovation, because we recorded all our lectures and put it out on the internet using a YouTube channel. And also what we did is that we wrote a book called Statistical Tools. And Statistical Tools uses this substantive topic-guided approach, where we first introduce a research question and then show how statistics can be a useful tool. Okay, well, after introducing the statistical tool, we show using a software program called SPSS to show how to run the analysis. So it's not only to show that there is a statistical tool, we also show how students can run these analyses on their own. And we adopted the computer program SPSS, and SPSS has two facilities. One is that it is menu driven, and that is for beginners. It's a point and click menu. And the other facility is the syntax. You can actually program yourself your own statistical analysis, and that is something that is for more advanced users. Well, again, we wrote two books. One is about SPSS syntax, and the other one is about basic SPSS menu analysis. These two books were originally in our own language, because we have Dutch students, but last year we were invited to translate these books into English, and they were published with Sage, one of the largest publishers in the United States. Okay, fourthly, we devoted a lot of time on the interpretation of the results that SPSS comes up with during class. And that is a very important and difficult part of the whole story, because SPSS produces a lot of results, but the thing is to interpret these results in relationship to the research question. Well, here's another e-learning innovation. We used weekly compulsory computer-aided assignments with a auto-corrected facility. So students take home their assignments, and do some statistical analysis, answer some research questions, and the outcome of these assignments are known to them right after they send in these assignments. But of course, we discuss these assignments as well during class. Well, after 8 or 9 weeks of weekly assignments and explaining statistical analysis, we end our courses with a computer-aided exam. And this exam has some similarities, of course, with the weekly assignments, only this time all guidance is taken away from it. Well, the result of this whole new approach resulted in very low failure rates. In the first attempt, about 90% to 95% passes the test. So that is a big difference to the 50 or 60% that passed the test before the innovations took place. Maybe what's more important, students got more enthusiastic about using statistics in the courses that were to follow. And thirdly, we found anthropologists finding jobs with a statistical component, and that was quite unthinkable before 2004. Okay, the picture I just drew was inspired by a Dutch painter called Piet Mondrian, and you can spot him in the Museum of Modern Arts in New York. Okay, my time is up. I'd like to thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the conference. It's bye-bye from me and from Nat King Cole. Bye-bye.
Get your kicks on Route 66.